I did not know that the light bulb was actually underneath the temple in a crypt
Yeah, you have
underneath.
to crawl through the wall. It's the coolest thing. And another thing that's cool about Dendera is because Dendera is obviously it's like New Kingdom, so it's not,
Mhm.
and it's like officially New King. It's not like you can go, oh, could the site be older? It's not one of those
Sure.
sites where you go, could it be older? Like Karnak could be old, whatever. However, there is a very corner of Karnak in like one of the main room, not Karnak, Dendera, in the main room where they were doing some like work and in the last few years, and they pulled up one of the like floor slabs and
Mhm.
they found the top of some big pillars in the
Mm.
floor. And at first they thought, whoa, are we looking at the top of a pillar of like a next structure? And then they realized no, they were looking at somebody had taken an old pillar, sliced like a salami slice of it, and then they'd laid it in the floor. And that's what they did with ancient sites. They would it's like called seeding a site, and they would like
Wow.
literally like bury a little bit of an older site into the foundation of the new build, which I think is a really cool tradition, but also shows that there was a site in Dendera that had a big old pillar temple that's not there anymore. We have no record of it. It's that old
Wow.
that but they just know that there was a pillar and that they seeded it from an older site. So that's cool. Whether or not any of the like did the knowledge from the old site get like retranslated and put on to the Dendera temple. So even though the temple itself is a new kingdom, is the information that's on the wall and how to activate the structure, is that recycled from an older temple? Because we know that there's a pillar.
Sure.
Really cool. You can see it.
Yeah.
They've left it open. You can go and like touch it.
Yeah, I'm sure that those beliefs of how they well, it's interesting, right? Like the belief of how they activate their temples and the even the belief of seeding a site. It's sort of like what we were talking about earlier. Like, why would the early, I don't know, United Kingdom, Western European cultures um, take a stone from northern Scotland all the way to Stonehenge to use as that center altar? Well, why are the Egyptians
Ooh,
seeding why are the Egyptians seeding their sites? Why are they doing that? You know?
great.
It's
That's a well done. That
it's
was 10 points to Gryffindor. That was a really good full rounder. Yeah, like is it possible that that one altar stone was like one remaining stone from a previous site and they were
sure,
like we're going to seed a new one? Oh no,
sure,
I don't know.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
it couldn't maybe it isn't that, but it's just an example of how ancient cultures do very strange things, or at least we think it's strange because we don't understand it. But it's probably it's like thousands of years of traditions of building upon traditions, and eventually things, people make discoveries, and then discoveries and tradition merge together, and to a point that they have a science and an understanding of their world that's just completely different than us. um
Mhm.
Man, wouldn't you love to talk to a priest of a temple, 3,000 4,000 years ago, and have him explain the intricacies of why the things work the way that they do? And we would probably have this great and immediate realization that it isn't just all this woo woo mythology, bunk that they were all duped into believing, but that, if all of these ancient cultures all around the world are building these gigantic monuments to their gods and believing in these religions, that some of them are like vaguely similar to each other and they're building vaguely similar structures, we would probably realize that through one way or another, it's not all made up, but that some of it is real, and that some of these things that they were witnessing and acknowledging and building monuments to really did happen and have some kind of legitimacy to them.
I think so. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to the table, to the public, to whoever's like listening and following and watching, because I was like, whoa. And also it's kind of inspired me because obviously I've been making videos for a couple of years now, and I love the fact that I can look back at one of my first trip to Egypt, me just snapping away some pictures and like finding some interesting stuff and then just being like, cool, I'll just park that on my hard drive for a while. And then suddenly it 4 years later becoming relevant and being
Yeah.
like, wait, there's a symbol that's here and here. And yeah,
Yeah,
really
well,
cool.
it's so cool when you have this, like, Oh, man, you don't even you could go to, let's just say Dendera, but any ancient site, you could go there 5 times, and every single time you go, there will be a new layer of it that is peeled back that you understand it a little bit more. There's all these layers and hidden meanings and secrets all throughout the ancient world, and there's, you know, gosh, it's just a testament to how much more there is left to discover. I took a little group the other day, to, it was myself and Nerdrotic and Wandering Wolf, and we took a little group of our friends to the San Antonio Art Museum, where they have these two exhibits of ancient Egypt, going from the pre-dynastic era all the way to the Roman era of Egypt. And as I was going through it, I was showing them all the strange things that are in museums, and or at least, to the novice people that are there, I was like, these are all the things that you can look at in museums that still can't be explained. And normal people can go to museums all around the world and put together little pieces of the puzzle, things that even archaeologists or Egyptologists, since we're just focusing on Egypt, spend their whole
Mhm.
lives studying. But they're studying their own little thing, and there's so much more out there that people like us discussing can piece together.